My husband's friendship with a young woman. Gratitude in advance for bearing with me if this is a very long and disorganized letter. My thoughts are jumbled. I'm at a loss for what to do or think. I'm completely lost. My husband, M42, and I have been married for 6 years, and we have been together for 9 years. We've always had a good connection, and I have a soft spot for him. And I can't believe I'm thinking about him as a potential cheater when he's so beautiful, confident, and engaging. It's a horrible sensation. My husband's closest friend is a 23-year-old woman who he has known for 4 years and has become his best friend. After she inquired about directions, she was new to our city. He met up with her and offered to give her a tour, which was the beginning of their relationship. During the first year of the friendship, everything was as it should have been. When I initially saw her, she's lovely. I felt a pang of jealousy, but my husband quickly calmed me down. Throughout the first year, they only saw each other occasionally, but during the next 3 years, they usually meet together in the mornings or at lunch, and then again in the evenings, either alone or with a group of pals from their circle of acquaintances. His relationship with her is more important to him than it is to me. Approximately 1 week ago, we went to the bar with several friends and family members. The event was also an open mic night, and my husband has a beautiful voice, so he took the stage and sang Love in Portofino, a poignant love song for the crowd, which is in her language, by the way. That was admirable, but the problem was that he couldn't take his gaze away from his friend at any point. It was a really awkward situation. I wasn't sure whether it was due to the fact that he was tipsy at the time, but after this incident in the bar, I decided to question him more seriously when we got home, and he categorically denied cheating. I don't have any evidence to back up my claims. On a regular basis, I check his texts, WhatsApp messages, and photographs, but there is nothing there. There have been a few suspicious components, but they do not necessarily imply that he is cheating on me with another woman. When I do accompany them on their travels, they're completely immersed in their own world, chatting incessantly, and I feel a little left out. This, on the other hand, might just be a symptom of a tight relationship. Another issue is that they are very hands-on, to the point of being uncomfortable for some people. I know I'm not the only one who notices this, since his friend once pointed to me and said, "Your wife is that way?" However, it is possible that this is related to the fact that they are both from Southern Europe, to be a little sensitive to culture, and have a close connection. Also, he gave her a bracelet that belonged to his late mother, which I was furious about at the time, but he said it didn't matter since he doesn't have children to pass it on to, and two, she is a close friend to him, and so it didn't matter. Which, although sensible, makes me a little uncomfortable. There have been a few of other minor occurrences that have piqued my interest, but I can never be positive. I'm at a loss for words because the music drove me to my limits. It's tough to determine whether I'm exaggerating or if everything is in working order at the moment. I've been informed that they could be related, but I'm not sure how that works. Several of my friends feel it's romantic in nature. One believes it's obviously in nature, and others say I shouldn't be worried since it's just like a strong father/daughter tie. This lady doesn't have a biological father. So, I'm not sure if he's the only one that likes her, or whether it's a mutual attraction on both sides. And I'm not even sure whether my assumptions are true at this point. Following the instructions, I sat my husband down to talk once again, and begged that he listen to what I had to say without interrupting me. I told him how much I admired him, and explained why I believed his relationship with this young girl, whether or not it was a kind of infidelity, was inappropriate and made me uncomfortable. I advised him of the impact it had had on our marriage, and that he needed to decide whether to remove her from his life and work on us, or if I would file for divorce on his behalf. "I agree, it's past time for us to part ways," was his only answer to all I said. Obviously, I went into tears, and when I questioned him again about if he had cheated on me, he admitted to having an emotional affair with another woman and kissed her. He responded to all of my questions and then started to apologize profusely, claiming that it was all his responsibility for everything. Like that makes me feel better. His departure was followed by an announcement that he would return later to get his possessions. I'm both astonished and unsurprised by this development. It was naive of me to have expected anything other than the answer I got, But hearing my husband remain calm and uninterested in working on us despite the fact that I had poured my heart out to him and was willing to give him a chance hurts me tremendously and makes me want to cry. In spite of the deception, I do not want to divorce him and am concerned about our future together. I admire him and am sad that he does not feel the same way about me. This is a dreadful situation for me. Fortunately, I had received some extremely kind words of encouragement from this site, which I was reading to help me feel a bit better. Finally, I realize that he is not going to change his mind, and the only thing I can do is accept that fact of life. Story 2. Girlfriend's best friend. My coworker. How do I tell her I don't want to see her anymore? My girlfriend, Lydia, and her best friend, Jenna, have known each other since they were in 8th grade. I started dating Lydia and got acquainted with Jenna and her boyfriend Cole as a result of our friendship. Jenna and I have been great friends for months, but she has a problem with cheating on Cole and lying to him about it. Cole left on a camping trip over the weekend, where he would not have access to a cell phone network. Lydia, Jenna, and I went to a neighborhood tavern where we each had around 5 drinks between us. She located my colleague using my Facebook page and immediately started communicating with him without my knowledge or consent. After we left the bar, I checked her Snapchat location and discovered that she was at a coworker's house. The reason for her visit was quickly revealed to me by the two of them, who both said she merely wanted to hang out with him. He admitted that she stated that she was single, that she begged him 8-10 times on the phone in an hour if they could, that he initially said no. But then she stated that she was single and had been for a long time, so he believed her, and that they began not once, not twice, but 3 times after leaving the bar after she stated that she was single and had been for a long time. He confessed and told me everything, and Jenna contacted my girlfriend later that evening, and we questioned her about it, and she first denied everything until we informed her that we were aware of what had happened to him. I was furious for a variety of reasons, including the fact that she lied about a colleague with whom I am close, and she tried to coerce Cole into lying, and Cole and I are quite close friends. It also irritates me that I have to approach Cole and feel uncomfortable since Jenna isn't going to notify him of what's happening. Fast forward to a few days ago, and I made the decision to block Jenna from my social media accounts because I refuse to interact with someone who lies to their significant other and friends. So, as a consequence, I refuse to communicate with her or socialize with her because I believe in certain ideals that I intend to adhere to in my life. In response, Jenna has begun to play the victim card, alleging that I am seeking to break their connection and that it is entirely my fault that I am no longer communicating with her. What should I say to Jenna to let her know that I no longer want anything to do with her? She begs for a chat in order to sort things out, but I don't feel there is anything to sort out since she refuses to take responsibility for her actions and instead places blame on others. In order to avoid seeming to be the aggressor, I must inform her that I don't want anything to do with her since she will play the victim, claiming that I am trying to terminate her and my girlfriend's relationship when it was she who started it all. It's important to remember that I informed Cole, and now Jenna has twisted him and minimized the whole situation, blaming me and saying it's my fault she had to tell him, and Cole has been brainwashed by the whole thing. Providing him with information was my effort to do the right thing. But right now, all I want is to be done with them.